So I found my Pokemon binder from when I was a child, and there is only one slight problem with this binder, and that's that half the cards in it are absolutely fake. I can't believe that I fell for this when I was a child. I can't believe that I've got a whole binder of fakes, but there is some light at the end of the tunnel because we have got some real cards in here, and all of these cards now are about to be added into the Archive of Arceus. So in this first bundle, we've got loads of vintage cards. They're mainly commons, but that's still, I think, going to add a bit of variety into the binder. And here we've got some Diamond and Pearl era cards as well. Firstly, I'm going to apologise to everyone watching this video. I know that they're not sleeved. By the end of this, before they go in the binder, they will be sleeved. It's my fault for bad binder behaviour, and I'll slap myself on the wrist with it. But by adding these cards in the binder, I think it's going to help in a few ways. One, it'll add a nice bit of variety, and two, it'll make sure that it's not all sword and shield. So we've got that Pidgey, then we've got this really nice Charmander from Rockets, we've got a Dark Hypno, Dark Arbok. So as you can see, this is split up from a few different sets. Jigglypuff from Jungle. Love going through these old artworks. This Magmar is one of my favourites. I'm going to be the first to say it though, these cards are not in the best condition, but for this instance, that doesn't actually matter to me too much. As collectors, I know that it's in our blood to kind of be like, we want the best condition cards, but these ones here, they're my childhood, so if I can actually keep some of these around, keep them in my binder, that would be really nice for me. So there we've got a Squirtle from base set 2. Love that artwork as well. We've gone through some really nice artworks today that are going to really help to make this look really nice. At the end of going through all of these cards, I'll show you what my Gen 1 portion of the archive looks like now. That Pikachu though that we've just passed is a must, the OG Pikachu. So that the next set, we've got the Rapidash from Jungle, we've got the Dodrio from Jungle, the Sea King from Jungle, so we've got a lot of Jungle cards coming up. We've got the Omastar from Fossil, love that artwork, and the Dugong from base set 2. Jinx, Sandslash, Kakuna, one of the OGs. Weeping Bell from Jungle, I love that artwork. Same with this Primeape, same with this Butterfree, that is one of my favourite Butterfree artworks. Oh, this Dark Raticate, it is in awful condition, and I mean really bad, but that is a really nice artwork for Raticate. We've got Eevee from Jungle as well, Slowpoke from Fossil. This is so nice to see these old artworks again. And that then brings us to the last set from the OGs. We've got that really nice Meowth. Oh, we've got Ponyta from Rockets, an Omanyte. We've got Vulpix, Drowsy, base set Bulbasaur. That's what I love to see. Not in the greatest condition, but that is going to have the first spot in this binder for sure. Really nice Pikachu there from Jungle. Which Pikachu do you prefer? Let me know in the comments below. So that is all that we've got from the OGs. So let's get these sleeved up and added into our Archive of Arceus. Right, now Gen 1 in this archive is starting to look pretty good, so let's have a little look through my Gen 1 cards in the Archive of Arceus now then. So, working our way through, this is the first page. So we've got that Bulbasaur, Charmander, and some of the others from this set that we've just added, but we've got that really nice Charizard EX there, and we've got the Venusaur EX2 to add a bit of variety. As you can see, I've filled in every slot with just a picture of each Pokemon, just so I know what goes where. I've added in that Dark Raticate, so that was actually a swap because I did have another Raticate from Rocket in there. Same with the Dark Arbok. As you can see, I've got a few other cards as well in here. but we are definitely making our way through so far. We've got a long way to go, but we are doing pretty well at working through this now. So overall, I think this has made 63 cards out of the original 151 that I've got. Really like that Gengar EX there at the bottom. So tell me, out of all of these ones I'm missing, tell me in the comments, are there any artworks that you think I should look out for? Because I am going to just buy a few cards here and there that I really want to add into this binder. So if you know any that add into that are quite cheap and would be really nice to add in, please let me know. Then as we get onto these last few pages, we're breaking up a bit with the Ethan's Pinsir. And then here from my Days of Collecting 151, we've got the Omanyte. And from my last short I did on the Archive, I've got that Jolteon, which is a really nice card. Then as we turn over to the last page, you're actually going to see a bit of a spoiler, because you're going to see one of the cards from the next set I'm about to go through, which is that Zapdos at the top. Really like that. But then we've also got the Dragonite down there and the Mewtwo EX from the Rockets Mewtwo collection that I went through recently. So then that brings us to this last little set here that we're going to go through now. These are all Diamond and Pearl era cards. So this is the first section. So we start off with a Torchic. We've got the levels on these cards. It tells us the rough era. Then the Trico. That's a really nice artwork for Trico. And then the Mudkip as well. So we've got the 3 starters. We've got Croconaw as well. And a Combuskin that is all scratched to hell on that holo, but really nice nonetheless. Now this card is one I remember. This Holo Sceptile was one of my favourite artworks growing up. I really like that. Don't get me wrong, it is in no way in the best condition. It's not in the worst, I suppose. I thought it'd be a lot worse, honestly, but it's not in the best. Still really nice. I'm so looking forward to having that in this binder. The Dusknoir is really nice as well. I don't know if I'm going to add that over the one I've already got. But then we've got these 2 reverses of Uxie and Azelf, so I'm going to add those in there for sure, because these are kind of difficult Pokemon to find these days. Plus if I can get the Mesprit, that'd be nice. A Holo Garchomp, which again is in really bad condition, but not too bad. Ambipom Holo as well. Darkrai, this is in the worst condition out of any of my cards, but that's just because it was one of my favourites. As I shift the light there, you can see how scratched up it is. But I still love it, so it's going in the binder. Totodile, Crobat, again these are all a bit scratched up but love them. Togepi, that'll probably take place over the current one I've got. And then this Ampharos, which is probably in the best condition out of any of the cards in here so far. And you've got a small white mark at the top there, you've got a small white mark in the bottom corner, but that ain't the worst out of all of the condition out of all the cards I've seen. So looking forward to having that added in. And then we've got the second half here. So the Starly Munchlax is a great find, because that's such a hard card to get these days. That Raikou is actually really nice. This is the Zapdos that you saw earlier that I'm a big fan of. Got Sizzle, Electivire. The Zubat and the Golbat you also would have seen earlier, along with that Electabuzz as well. And then to finish it off, we've got the Cascoon and the Skiploom. So like I said earlier, the thing that's the main problem is the fact that these aren't sleeved, so let's fix that up now. And here we go. So we've got all of these cards now nice and sleeved, ready to go in the binder. You've already seen that some of them have gone in there. And then we're going to make our way through, building up this binder as we go. I'm going to do a big video probably next week where I talk about the entire binder, and I'll put a link back to this one so they can see the Gen 1 progress, and I'll go through all of the progress that I've done so far in all of the other generations too. It's so nice to finally get a bit of variety in this binder. It was ended up all being stuff from the modern sets, so based around the Scarlet and Violet era. So in my last few videos and things, I've managed to add in stuff from Sword and Shield. Now I've managed to add Vintage too, so that's really nice. So thank you all for listening. This has been Pokemaster Sets. Please like and subscribe for more content, and let me know which of the cards that I've shown you today is your favourite, and are there any that I should add into the Archive of Arceus? Please let me know below.